So, book 4 of the Rory Gilmore Reading Challenge was Mark Twain's The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn. This is historically a very controversial novel. I probably would not have picked it up if not for this reading challenge. Um, it was written in 1885 and it was banned in 1885. They pulled it right off the library shelves, and just the start of this book even was quite interesting. So there's a notice at the very beginning of the book that says, persons attempting to find a motive in this narrative will be prosecuted. Persons attempting to find a moral in it will be banished. And persons attempting to find a plot in it will be shot by order of the author. And he actually starts out the book, saying, that The Adventures of Tom Sawyer was a mostly truthful book with a lot of stretchers. So it was just kind of interesting to me that he started out the book calling the author, calling himself really a liar. And so going through this book, there's a lot of differences between this and The Adventures of Tom Sawyer. You see a lot more moral growth and empathy building of the main character. So some of the things, though, that I did not like about the book is the racist language. I would not have read this book probably on that basis alone if not for this challenge. And I understand that Twain kind of justified that a little bit by saying, this is a realist book, this is how people really talked. But along those same lines, because this was written in first person, I had a really hard time connecting with the book. I missed a lot of the narrative that Twain added into Tom Sawyer to kind of explain things. You didn't get that in this book. And I know that a lot of people, think that's a great thing. But for me, it might be an unpopular opinion, but I just did not like this book. Like, I like Tom Sawyer. Um, but, I did see a lot of, positive things in it. Despite that, it took me, quite some time to just get through the book because of the way that the characters talked, and I had to stop and really reread some of the things. Um, One of the things that I did like is just mocking the pretentiousness of, British society, and the writers that came before him. So he kind of threw some shade at Sir Walter Scott. There was a scene where they were on a boat called the Walter Scott and it sank. And there were other parts throughout the book where you can kind of see him mocking, uh, how people were, you know, and how much I took it to be, how much better it is over here, in America, where we don't act pretentiousness or pretentiously. And another thing that I kind of noticed that he kind of called out, the hypocritical nature of some Christians, and people who kind of hide behind that. And so, the people who are morally reprehensible for 6 days out of the week, and then they go to church on Sunday. But behind closed doors, you see quite a different person. And these people are easy to spot. They're usually the ones who are proclaiming the loudest about their faith. But the thing is, that's just not how it works. So, good people generally, they're out busy just being good people. They don't have to tell the world and reassure the world and kind of themselves that they're a good person. Um, they just do good things. And so I thought that was, a good part of this book that I enjoyed. Overall, though, I really did enjoy Tom Sawyer a little bit more. And so I probably would not read this book again. my next book that I'm going to be reading for the challenge is for book 5 is actually Angela's Ashes by Frank McCourt. There are a few other books on the reading challenge that I'm actually ordering from Amazon. I don't know how long it's going to take for them to get here. I think it's, like All the President's Men, An American Tragedy, and then The Amazing Adventures of Cavalier and Clay. So all of those I wasn't able to find in the stores. And so I'm going to buy those. And until I get those, I'm just going to go down the list. And so the next read is going to be Angela's Ashes. I am looking forward to reading it. I have read it before. It's another like kind of uh, darker story, but it'll be a nice change from this. I did enjoy reading, overall reading The Adventures of Tom Sawyer and The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn, but definitely ready to read a little bit more of something modern. So I'm not sure how long that Angela's Ashes will take me, but I will update when I have gotten through it.